Especially if you're going to play Go Battle League in the single type cup, which I know you've been playing a lot of Mew with Focus Blast.
Whoa,
sorry, no, I don't want to spoil it. Okay, sorry. Well, you know, I didn't mean to spoil that live on air, but if you see his Mew, maybe shield that Focus Blast.
No, don't shield nothing. Don't shield nothing.
But
I need a new feature to mute my co-caster here because they're just spilling secrets that you don't want to be spilled sometimes. Don't worry about the Mew, right? Don't worry about it.
Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. These past 2 weeks, I've been playing some single type cup and I stumbled upon a team that was actually really fun. This Mew I'm running is actually running Focus Blast, which is actually really strong in this current meta, especially as a safe swap. I paired it with a Shadow Machamp and a Cofagrigus in the back, and I decided to run Rock Slide as my coverage move. Overall, I think Rock Slide was mostly out of convenience, but it also worked out quite well because you just don't get walled off by as many moves. If you're running Surf or Wild Charge, you have to get to a Focus Blast to have any play into Dragonair. There's definitely something very satisfying about landing a Focus Blast on an Umbreon or Lickitung or Dubwool. I don't know how many people are going to start shielding Mew's moves after this, but for the most part, at the moment in time, a lot of people are letting these Focus Blasts go, which actually works out really well. Before we get into the battles, a big shout out and thank you to all my patrons who've been supporting my content creation. If you would also like to have early access to my strategies and lineups, or see behind the scenes footage of my battles, feel free to sign up in the Patreon link down below. Getting into this first match here, we have a Clefable lead. Clefable is definitely not a fun one for Machamp, but we're going to swap straight away to the Mew. And you can tank one of these moves, so I always never shield because they expect you to they get suspicious if you start shielding right off the bat. And my opponent actually does shield a Focus Blast. This is pretty early on, so maybe they thought it was a Wild Charge. I don't know. Either way, though, we get a shield off this Umbreon. Some of these Umbreon are running Psychics, so something to watch out for. But this one is running Last Resort. I think most Shadow Machamp can tank one Psychic at full range. Mine is actually a rank 1 Shadow, so definitely on the bulkier side. But they come in with a Hypno, so I'm going to do some chip damage to the Rock Slide and come in with my Cofagrigus. So the biggest part about this team is even if you don't land the Focus Blast, you get a shield from the Lickitung or the Umbreon. The most important thing is you get that normal / dark type out of the way so that your Cofagrigus has a lot of play. Typically speaking, though, there's not a lot of things that can threaten an Umbreon, especially when it's in a positive matchup for the Umbreon. So having that Focus Blast on the Mew comes in really handy to grab that shield advantage. And you can see my opponent is going to concede right there. All right. Cofagrigus also not a great lead, so we're going to swap out right away against this Ghost type, mainly because you don't really have any checks to it besides a mirror, but you're already down shields if you're if you come in there. This opponent again shielding Focus Blast, but the most important thing is as long as you get shields from them, it's also not the end of the world. And they're going to farm up quite a bit of energy, so I'm going to let it go. Now the weird part is Vigoroth is actually pretty good into Machamp still with that much energy, so I'm forced to actually come in with my Cofagrigus. Now the main thing is I can tank the Bulldoze and still come away with a decent amount of energy, so I'm just going to do that. That way I still have moves to threaten their Cofagrigus with. You can see I'm charging up to 100 energy here, and at the same time I don't have to shield my Machamp. So what do they come in with here? Do they come in? Yeah, so they come in with their own Machamp. So I'm going to throw the Shadow Ball, almost take it out. And now at this point in time, it's really a bait game. So I'm going to bait the Cross Chop here. And it does get shielded. They're probably going to go Dark Pulse, but I am kind of in range of Dark Pulse, so might as well shield anyway. And then we should outpace the Rock Side and get the win condition. But yeah, Cofagrigus leads are a little bit uncomfortable, but they're actually quite winnable. In fact, I think I win most of mine still. You just have to figure out how to maneuver around it. Alright, this is a team that you see quite a bit of in this cup. It's Lickitung Double Fighter. So what I do is I always outpace that move, so I'm going to stay in, throw that move. Most are not running Brave Bird, so you can always safely no shield here. You have to shield the second one though, but the reason why I come in Mew here is because once I come back in with Lickitung, I can land a Focus Blast or grab a shield. Either way, I get a lot of value here. So we are going to, Cranberry's gone. We are going to throw this Focus Blast and it gets no shielded. Most people are not going to shield that, not only because they don't expect the Focus Blast, but also they have a bad matchup anyway in the back. Alright, they come in with their Machamp, and this is why I come in Mew for two reasons. One, you're going to do much better into Machamp with Cofagrigus, and two, you have the Focus Blast for Lickitung. Even though they bait me here, the Rock Slide is not enough to KO me. So I'm going to just farm this all the way down. Oh, they actually have payback. Okay, yeah, so that's quite a bit of damage. But they don't have enough energy on the Lickitung, and we get to Cross Chop. Yeah, I shielded the first one expecting a potential payback. I didn't actually think that they're going to have it. But I thought, you know, shielding Rock Slide is also nice. All right. Shadow Granbull. This is not a fun one because it does so much damage, and it could technically 2-shield and just charm down everything. But again, we're gonna go for the Focus Blast, and it lands on the Dubwool, of course, and then now we get a Rock Slide as well to do a decent amount of damage to the Granbull, and then they're going to shield. So we get a shield back, which is we get a shield actually, and then now we have to shield back, but that's fine. We avoid the Granbull matchup versus the Machamp, so that's always ideal. And they actually have a Hypno in the back, so this is actually not too bad. We're going to throw Dark Pulse. My guess is they're probably going to shield this. Yeah, and I come in with Machamp here. I just need to get to Rock Slide to finish this off. I still have a shield, so they have to double up here. But we do get to it, and we take it out. All right, in this matchup here, it is going to be a Shadow Machamp lead. Sorry, I must have forgot to cut that beginning part of that. But anyway, we come in with the Mew. You had to respect the Rock Slide, so I'm going to shield. Ends up being a Cross Chop, but they come in with Clefable, which is not too bad because I'd much rather face this with the Mew than the Machamp. I think I throw on CMP here. You want to just make the most of this matchup as much as you can. Yeah, I decided to shield. I think my plan is maybe throw on CMP again. Shield's down. I'm not in the worst spot. So we do throw another Rock Slide, and it does get shielded. I think my play is maybe the counter down. I'm actually not sure. Let's see what my play is. Yeah, I get the full counter down, which is huge because that's going to be very nice into their Machamp as well. It turns out it's another Fairy type in the back, but shield's down. Machamp is pretty strong, even against Granbull. And now we have to move. Even if it's payback, I should be okay. Ends up being a Rock Slide. Actually, I guess if it's payback, then I would have lost because my Machamp probably lose CMP there. All right, Wobbuffet, Purified Wobbuffet. This is not a fun one because it's just so bulky. You can't really, land a Rock Slide like against Shadow Granbull and do work. So we are trying to optimize here, but I think in the process I also overcapped on energy. So maybe not the most ideal play there. But we do land the Focus Blast though. Unfortunately, one Shadow Claw short on the Rock Slide. I'm just let it go because again, we got the hardest check out for Cofagrigus, so not too bad. And then you can see I'm farming up a lot of energy. I'm gonna let this go. Mirror Coat is some super effect damage. It's not the best move, and they have a Shadow Cancel Ninetales in the back, so it's not too bad. It's pretty neutral play. I have a slight energy lead, but the damage is really going to add up. It's kind of neutral on both ends. The unfortunate part is it takes me a little bit longer to get to my moves than it takes them, and they're going to win charge and priority, so there's that. But yeah, so we're going to get the second charge at the same pacing. And yeah, it's unfortunate. So they still get the third move at the same time I do. I try to count down, come with energy, but just not enough. Yeah, just a little too much bulk on that Wobbuffet for me to finish it off. But honestly speaking, I couldn't even finish off the Shadow Cannon Ninetales, so that was also not great. All right, so for a lot of these, when they swap in, it's kind of like when they swapped in Surfetch. You just throw your move first, force a shield, and then come with Mew. And this, again, no one's going to expect the Focus Blast, so we're going to take this out. And we'll build up 2 Focus Blasts here. I don't think they get to payback. Or I think it was CMP. Which is perfect because even if they do shield, we get in a good spot. So that worked out really well. Ends up being a Cofagrigus. Again, this is kind of a tough one in the back end. I think my plan is to no shield this. Yeah, okay, they still hit me with the Shadow Ball, but I have a shield remaining for the Machamp, and I should outpace. I think I just throw the Cross Chop. Yeah, I just throw the Cross Chop because I wasn't sure if I was going to get to 2. Maybe I should just run the Rock Slide, or not 2, sorry, the Rock Slide, but able to still finish off for Shadow Claws. All right, Haxorus. This is kind of one of those weird ones where you pace and move at the same time, but they swap out right away. I'm thinking maybe it's Haxorus double charm at this point. So I need to try to win alignment or get shields down. So I'm going to throw the Dark Pulse. Most are going to shield this baits, and they do. And then we get to a Shadow Ball. So we get both shields down, and win switch, or we get win switch, and looks like we win switch, but we get the move off, so that's still something. My guess is they have a Machamp counter in the back, so I'm going to just tank the move here. Or actually, no, I guess I shield. That's fine too. I shield, and it's going to be a Granbull. And again, Rock Slide is not the best move here, but does a decent amount for neutral, and actually plenty. It's just enough to finish it off, and then we get the Rock Slide here, and we knock them out. Registeel, fantastic lead, but usually they have Machamp counters in the back. And this one is kind of a soft counter. So again, throw the cross chop, then dip out. In this situation, I'd like to come in Cofagrigus because you could tank the moves much better than Mew can. And, you know, they don't have a Lickitung or Umbreon lead, so it's not a big deal if you come in Cofagrigus because they can't really reverse farm you down with the Registeel as easily. But they just had to shield twice. So that being said, I'm going to come in Mew. I have the Focus Blast for the Registeel, so we're in a good spot if I get it off. So I'm going to throw this Focus Blast, and of course they don't have shields, and we get the counter down, which is nice. And then here comes the Cofagrigus. Definitely a harder check to Machamp, but 2 shields remaining, and we land the Rock Slide. We should be in a good spot. We just need to get to 1 more Rock Slide with the Mew, and of course they have a lot of energy, but even if they have 100 energy here, they just don't outpace. But yeah, again, that's why Mew is so nice here, because even if you don't win switch, you still get a ton of value into stuff like Registeel, especially shields down. Alright, we've seen this team plenty of times in single type cup. It is going to be Umbreon with double poison. They come in with the Grimer. I'm going to throw the cross chop when I have the Rock Slide. This is not the easiest matchup. I've lost it plenty of times, so this is kind of the way I decided to play it out after a lot of trial and error. They go straight for the Sludge Bomb here. I'm going to let this go because it's going to be a Mud Bomb. Allows me to farm up a little extra, so I'm farming up almost 100 energy. I doubt they shield this because they know I have back-to-back. The question is, can we get to a Focus Blast? And we do, so that's pretty big. We let a Snarl through, which is not ideal, but getting the damage off there is pretty nice. Alright, they come in with their Shadow Cantle Muck. And they go straight Dark Pulse, which is nice for me. If they baited, this would be a little bit tougher. But we're going to straight Dark Pulse. Most are probably going to shield in this situation, and I go for back-to-back Dark Pulse. Don't really want to mess around and try to go for Shadow Ball. And yeah, okay, so we force the Umbreon to throw the energy, which is nice. And it's not enough to KO, so I could potentially get to another move, and we force them to throw again. This is huge. We have Machamp. I don't think they have enough energy and for last resort, and we take them out. Shadow Grimer. Again, another poison situation. It's not ideal for Machamp. It's pretty tough because they just resist all your damage while doing quite a bit of neutral damage back. We do land the Focus Blast though, so that's nice. Again, you don't really want to shield here. I think I took a little too much damage, if I were to guess, from the Grimer before, because typically speaking, I should beat the Shadow Claw down, but unfortunately you can see how much health I have remaining after the foul play. And then they actually have Psychic. Definitely uncomfortable because, you know, this is probably worth shielding if I knew it was Psychic. Unfortunately, I didn't. But I don't think it really matters because they have a Greedent in the back. So, typically speaking, there's only one normal type or one dark type in the back. It's typically unlikely you see a dark and a normal, but in this situation, that is the case. And because of that, that Cofagrigus just doesn't have too many places to go. Now, this is Machamp. You can see I'm trying to swap over there and maybe clear or get out of this matchup, but they still have 2 shields, yeah. So it's going to be pretty tough, even if I somehow caught a move on my Machamp. Them laying Psychic is definitely big, but even if I shield the Psychic, I would be down to shield. So, unfortunately, in those situations, not too much you can do there. Shadow Cancel Ninetales, kind of another matchup where you just outpace your first move. So I'm going to throw the Cross Chop, swap out. You have to respect the potential overheat, so that's what I'm going to do. But other than that, I do have Super Effective Rock Slide ready. And they come in with the Umbreon, and you all know the drill. Straight Focus Blast. Even if they knew it was Focus Blast, most probably don't shield because they don't want to spend their final shield against a Mew of all things. We do get this Rock Slide off, and we take out the Umbreon. So we take out the Umbreon before they even throw a move, which is kind of wild. And then they come in Dragonair, and we are going to throw the Rock Slide. And we get a shield. And I'm just going to swap straight away to Cofagrigus. I don't want them to come away with any extra energy. I have neutral play into both of these backline Pokemon. And Aqua Tail is not too threatening, so I'm going to let it go. Unfortunately, I think we CMP'd here, but it's not the end of the world because we're going get in so many extra Dragon Claws before they Dragon Breath me down. Alright, we're probably going to have to go for counter downs here. I don't think I get to another move. And we got that final counter through, which means this Ninetales is knocked out. And we're able to finish it off. This team definitely takes some precision play, but overall, I think it's a ton of fun landing Focus Blast. So speaking of which, I'm showing you a compilation of all the Focus Blasts I was able to land in my Patreon stream in just 5 sets. You expect a Focus Blast to come here. Who else is running Focus Blast Mew? I gotta be the only one, right? Oh my gosh, they shielded. See what I mean? Like, what? Or could I? Dude, if I preserve that Machamp, actually, I'm in a really good spot. I did not expect that. We're just chilling. You think I see this coming? Let's go. Yeah, let's... Oh, let's go. All right, we're landing all the Focus Blasts this set. Oh my gosh, I shielded. Weird thing to do. I wish I could see people's faces when this happens. Let's really see how it goes. The problem is, do I shield? I really don't want to. Oh, let's go. Do they shield this? Oh my gosh, they do shield it. I don't know. It just doesn't look like the screenshots everyone else is posting, even without the spawns, right? More than I had to be. Otherwise, I just faint out to the Snarl. I don't know. Either way, he goes down 2 shields. Oh, dude. Yasser, my man. First person to get hit with 2 Focus Blasts in 1 game. You think 1 Body Slam, but we'll have to shield the second one. Oh, let's go. Granbull Safe Swap is a huge pain. We did land a Focus Blast, though. Sorry about that. We are reverting it. Best of luck on the TM roulette for Mew. I think Focus Blast is definitely crucial here. I think Rock Slide does provide the best coverage you can look for in this cup. But things like Dragon Claw, Surf, Wild Charge are also options. I think the biggest drawback of Surf, you have to get the Focus Blast to take out a Dragonair. And the biggest drawback of Dragon Claw is that you kind of get walled off by the fairies. Hope you like this video. If you like it, give it a like and share. Subscribe for future content. Hit that notification bell to get alerted right when I post a new video. And I'll catch you all next time. Bye.